Good morning. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, baby. Did you sleep good? Yeah. How old are you today? Show me. 4? Holy smokes! Happy birthday, brother! Aww. What is that?
I'll try it.
Mommy will put it together while you're at school today, and when you get home it'll be ready to go. So for Carter's birthday at school, I made these little Pikachu because we are really obsessed with Pokemon right now. So I made these Pikachus from Peeps, and they were so easy, and I really like how they turned out. And then I just put them on sticks.
And
So everybody,
we're gonna have a hunt.
an Easter egg hunt at school?
Yes.
Yes.
And Mommy got me this.
That's right. And let me show them the cupcakes.
I want to pull it out.
And these are the Pokeball Cupcakes. If you're not familiar with Pokemon, you'll have to look it up. But hey, don't touch them. Other people at school are gonna eat those.
But
Ready? Don't go so fast at the start. Gotta pick up some coordinated speed.
Come on. That was pretty good. Okay, so I got the whole thing done. Putting on these stickers like this gives me anxiety. Like, I don't want to put them, you know, like when you stick them down and then they're crooked or something, and ugh, those drive me crazy. But yeah, this only took me like over an hour to do, and then I got done and realized there's a piece left. So I'm not sure if I missed a piece or or what. Yeah, so if this falls apart while Carter's driving down the road, that might be why. But okay, so I know this is a little bit more of like an impromptu get ready with me. Like, I'm in my usual kind of setup, but I'm not using my actual filming camera. I'm just using my vlogging camera, and I set it up in front of me so that I could talk to you all while I'm getting ready. And I don't have anything exciting to say, but I just figured I would turn on the camera while I get dressed. And I thought maybe since today was Carter's birthday, I would kind of tell you about like my whole pregnancy kind of journey with him in a nutshell, maybe. And if you're interested in what products I'm about to put on my face, it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to tell you. Like, I might forget some. Right now I'm using the Bye Bye foundation in the color medium because I'm a little bit more tanned right now on my face. I've been using a self tanner. If I'm not tan, I am usually using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. So anyways, yeah, I thought I would kind of fill y'all in. I'm going to use my mirror right here because there's no way I'm going to be able to look in the viewfinder and get dressed or, you know, put on my makeup without looking crazy. So when I got pregnant with Carter, I was 21. How old am I? 26. And Carter's 4. So I was, okay, when I got pregnant with him, I was 21. And when I had him, I was 22. So I was, had just gotten married in May, and I got pregnant in July. This was my first marriage. And he was pretty much planned, but not planned. Like, you know, at the time we weren't trying, but we weren't not trying. So I was so happy. I could not wait to have kids. So happy. And I had a great pregnancy. I was never sick with him. I felt good the whole time. I felt pretty. I did not feel that way with Cooper, but with Carter I did. And he came at 40 weeks and 3 days. I had to be induced. I didn't have to be induced. At the time, my doctor was like, let's induce you. And you know, when it's your first baby, you're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to be induced. And I just want to meet this baby. And I didn't really know too much about being induced other than I was going to get to meet my baby rather than have to wait. So, long story short, I was induced on April 13th. And it was quite the experience. I had back surgery when I was 15 or 16, and forgive me if I've told this story before. I'm pretty sure I told this story in like a Q&A video, but it was probably like really quick and I touched on it very quickly. So if you've already heard this story, I'm sorry. But I had back surgery when I was 15 and then 16. I had a spinal fusion, and then I had the screws and all that taken out when I was 16. But they said that there was a chance that the epidural would not work for me because the part that I had fused was the part that they put the epidural into. And so yeah, I wanted my epidural and it did not work. I got pain relief kind of for like a few minutes, and then it just did not work. So I was in a lot of pain, and I really don't think I have a very high pain tolerance. In fact, I pretty much know that I don't have a very high pain tolerance. I don't know. I mean, I'm not like a big baby, but I'm not gonna sit there and pretend like I do have a high pain tolerance. So I was, you know, in a lot of pain, and he just, I mean, I went from a like 4 to a 10 in about 20 minutes. And they came in, they were like, it's time to push. And I started pushing, and I was in so much pain. Well, the doctor came in, or the anesthesiologist came in and pushed something. I'm not sure. I don't remember what it was. I'm sure at the time they told me, and I was like, whatever. They pushed it into my IV. It worked really quickly, but it made me very, very drowsy. And so I was like, I felt like I was just in and out of, no, not consciousness, but like unaware of kind of what was going on, and just very drowsy. And then I don't remember exactly how long I pushed for. It wasn't very long. It was maybe like, I don't know, 45 minutes at the most. And I don't even think it was that long, maybe 30 minutes. And at 3:34 he was born. He was 21 inches long, 7 pounds 10 ounces, and just the cutest. And it was really hard because I could not see him. I couldn't hold, I saw him, they let me see him for a second, but he was having trouble breathing. And I kind of owe that to the medication that they pushed at the last minute. And I am a nurse, so I kind of understand, looking back, like what all happened. At the time I was just like out of it. So they had pushed the medication so late in the process of delivering him that it caused him a little bit of like respiratory issues. So they whisked him off to like the step down NICU. It wasn't quite the NICU, but it was like the step down NICU, if you will. So that's where they took him. I was like so upset that I didn't get to see him, and my husband at the time went to go be with him in the NICU, and I, you know, kind of recovered, and I was just really upset because I didn't get to see him. And after a few hours, well, they did wheel me down there after I was good to go and everything. They wheeled me down there a few hours later, and I got to see him and hold him and then, you know, put him back. And then that night they released him from the NICU area and let me keep him in my room for the night. And I just kind of like, I felt like I didn't get to see him. You know, I didn't get to really have that bonding experience from the moment he was born, so I didn't want to like put him down all night. And that night I felt like, I guess, you know, as a new mom, you're just like so nervous about every little thing, and he was like crying all night, as babies do. But I learned with Cooper didn't necessarily cry all night. Carter cried all night, and he was just like really, really fussy, and then he would projectile vomit across the room, and I was breastfeeding him, so that would freak me out, and I would call the nurses in like, why is he doing that? And you know, they explained, well, he might have some acid reflux, or you know, all these other issues, and it was just yeah. What else? So they explained that he might have, I feel like I need to zoom this in a little bit. Maybe that's better. Okay. It's so dark in here. It feels really, really dark in here. They explained that he had some like respiratory issues. What is this redness on my chin? Like when I look right here, it's not red, but whenever I look right here, it looks red. Anyways, they were saying he might have some acid reflux issues, and I think I was just like overly freaked out about everything. And then they would swaddle him for me. I could not swaddle him for the life of me, and I still could not swaddle Cooper. Neither one of my boys really like to be swaddled. But anyways, gosh, why can I not multitask? I feel like I can't talk. When I talk, I just want to like talk like this, and while I'm putting on my makeup, it's like my brain is like, do I put on makeup? Do we talk? What do we do? So forgive me if I'm like all over the place, but I obviously cannot multitask. But where am I at in my story? So, oh, I guess this might be a good time to talk about this. While I'm just sitting here chatting away. This could be a very long vlog. Yeah, I don't know. This might be a very long vlog. Anyways, I remember before we left the hospital that you had to sit through a class before you left about postpartum depression, and it was like a mandatory where you and your spouse had to go to the postpartum depression class. And I remember sitting there, and this was like the day that we left. You had to sit there the day you left, or was it the day before? I'm not sure. But they tell you the signs and the symptoms of postpartum depression, and I remember sitting there and thinking, I have postpartum depression. Like, this is me. But I was way too embarrassed to say anything. I was just, you know, I thought maybe not. You know, in my head I was like, I think I have postpartum depression, but I was kind of in denial, like, no, it's not that bad. And, you know, at the time, looking back, I'm like, yes, I know that I had postpartum depression, but I think sitting there, I was like, I think I have it, but I don't know, but I'm embarrassed, and I don't want to say anything. And so looking back, I wish that I would have said something, but I didn't. So this I am not liking this camera for putting on my makeup. It is like really dark in here and making me look super scary, because I don't look that scary in real life, I promise. But I guess I'll just keep on talking. So yeah, that's where my postpartum depression kind of began, and I feel like I could probably go more into that. Should I do it right now? I don't know. I don't know if this is the time to do that. I mean, Carter was a difficult baby. I think he was really colicky. And at the time I didn't have anything to compare it to. I had to really compare it. You know, now that I have Cooper, I have more to compare it to than I did then. I thought just all babies were like that. But I remember laying on the couch with him and just crying. Like, he was crying, I was crying, and neither one of us would get any sleep. He was just a very difficult baby, and I think that also really influenced the postpartum depression. I think I started to get it, and then just the fact that he was kind of a difficult baby made it very difficult on me. I was tired. You know, as a first-time mom, it was really, really hard. And then, you know, when Carter was 6 months, a lot of things happened, and things just kind of went out of control at that time. And then I was divorced by the time that Carter was a year old. So right before he was a year old, I was divorced. Yeah, and I met my husband right before Carter turned 1, my now husband. So it all kind of happened really quickly. But as far as postpartum depression goes, the best thing I can tell you, like looking back, if you think that you have postpartum depression, you need to not be ashamed, because you don't realize you are going through so much. You're going through so much at that time in your life. And if you have those feelings, if you feel like I might have postpartum depression, ask your doctor for help. That is what I would have told myself looking back, to not be ashamed, to tell my doctor what's going on, and to it would have helped me out so much if I would have just done that, but I didn't, because I was just embarrassed. And there is nothing to be embarrassed about when you have postpartum depression. Like, nobody understands what it's like unless you're a new mom, or a mom, you've been a mom before. Nobody understands what it's like to feel all of those feelings, like you're so happy with this new baby, but you're so tired, and you're cooped up in this house, and you've got hormones running through you, and you know, you're happy and you're sad. And I think I'm prone to having anxiety to begin with. Like, anxiety is something that I've always really struggled with, but then, you know, once the postpartum kind of thing all happened, it just was too much for me to handle. So eventually I just kind of got over it. Like, I don't really know what happened. It just kind of subsided. But then at the end of Cooper's pregnancy, I was very, very nervous about getting it again. So I spoke to my doctor, and we kind of figured something out that worked for me. And, you know, I'm so glad that I did. So don't ever be afraid to talk to your doctor about it. It's better to talk to your doctor about it than it is to suffer through it or something worse to happen. When you go out in front of people, you put on a face like, oh, I've got it all together, I know what I'm doing, I'm so happy I have a new baby, because you feel like that's what you should, that's what society tells you that you should do, that's what you should feel like, but you don't. That's just not how you feel. And if you don't feel that way, it's definitely easy to hide it. Like, but when you get home and you're alone, and your husband's back to work, or, you know, maybe you're a single mom, or whatever your situation is, I just want you to know that, speaking from experience, I wish I had told myself back when Carter was a baby that it's okay to feel how I was feeling and to ask for help. So that was a long spiel, but maybe it will help somebody out. I had a lot of people asking me for that postpartum depression kind of story, and I didn't know if I wanted to make a whole video on it, but I'm kind of glad that I included it right now. But this might be an extremely long vlog, so I'm gonna finish getting dressed, getting ready, because this is gonna be a really long. Why is this not shutting? Ay. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna finish getting dressed, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I am all dressed for the first time in a few days. I feel weird because I realized that I hadn't like straightened my hair at all since I had it cut. And I'm so used to like my hair curly lately that whenever it's straight, it just looks so weird. I mean, not in a bad way, like I like it, and I like how fresh the ends look. You know, like when they're cut straight across, it looks really healthy, so I do like that. And yeah, my shirt is actually just a t-shirt. Like from here up, it looks a little bit fancy because it has like this little collar or the cutout thing, like it's a v-neck, but it's actually just a t-shirt, and I just have it paired with my black pants and my Old Navy sandals. But yeah, it looks fancy, but it's not. It's like, it's literally a t-shirt, and it's from Zaful. Zaful.com, and Zaful actually sent me some clothing, but a lot of it didn't fit, and to be honest, a lot of it is not very good quality. And that's kind of what to expect, and I will go into more detail of that whenever I talk about the fairy season haul, which Berry Season was a lot better than my Zaful stuff that I got in. I will talk a little bit more about that. So before you order, you know, anything like this, which this is extremely reasonably priced, and I'm actually very pleased with this top. So, you know, it's not all bad. So I will tell you about it in that next, that haul before you order. It's probably a good idea, but. Okay, brother, come on. Let's go. Watch out for Koopy. Woohoo! That is a cool bike, dude. You want me to tie these balloons onto it? Yeah? It's the best thing about being 4.
Am I already 4?
Yeah, you're 4 today. You believe that? Do you feel bigger?
Are you supposed to be bigger? A little bit?
Well, yesterday you were 3 and today you're 4. Do you feel like you're bigger today?
I don't feel like I am.
You don't feel like you are?
No.
Hi. What are you eating? A cracker? Are you showing me a cracker? He's mesmerized by all the kids.
Okay.
He got really scared there. He was like, whoa, yes.
Hey guys! Oh, let me turn my jam down. I am obviously in the TJ Maxx parking lot, and yes, it is dark outside. It is 8:30 at night, and gosh, obviously 8:30 at night. I'm looking like, woo. Anyways, I am out and about. My husband sent me out for a little bit of me time because look at my kids' fingerprints and handprints all over the window. He sent me out for some me time for a little while because he has been working a lot in the evenings lately and I have not had any time to myself in a while, so he sent me out and I'm going to run to TJ Maxx and probably Target. So having a hard time deciding. These are, let's see, 30. These are cute too. And then these. Okay guys, so my vlog has come to an end. Real quick, I was going to show you what I picked up from TJ Maxx. This vlog is going to be so long. So I just grabbed some tempered glass things for my phone. I dropped my phone and shattered it. I shattered the tempered glass that was on it. So thankfully I had one on there, or else it would have been my screen that cracked. So I needed to get some new ones of those. I always buy them at TJ Maxx because they're cheaper than buying them at like a phone store or even like Target. That was $10 for 2. I got some no-show socks. These are some little Steve Madden socks. I needed some more of these. These are pretty much the only socks that I wear now, and I only had like 4 pair and they always seem to be dirty, so this was a pair of 5 for $6. That's pretty good. And last but not least, y'all saw that I was having a shoe dilemma, but I bet you can already guess which ones I picked. Right, so I got these, and these are so pretty. These are such pretty shoes. They are from Guess, and I don't normally like shop at Guess. I Guess was a really big thing back when I was like in early college, but you can't even tell that these are Guess. I mean, Guess is a nice clothing brand, don't get me wrong, but it has that written, I can't even talk. It has it written on the side right there, but you can barely even see it. But these shoes are so cute. I am so glad I got these. These have like me written all over them. That is it. I have to edit now. This is gonna be a very late night, and I'm so excited about IKEA this weekend, so stay tuned for that vlog coming up probably on Monday. I'm thinking Monday, maybe Tuesday, I don't know. I need to get off of here and go edit, so I will see you guys all in my next video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.